I've always believed that nature has its own way of teaching, but I never imagined that one of my most important lessons would come from a rabbit. Yes, a rabbit. Let me tell you a story, not just about jumping, but about life, and the moments we hesitate to live it fully. Years ago, I spent a quiet season at a small temple nestled near the edge of a forest. Most days were simple: meditation at dawn, sweeping the courtyard, sharing warm rice and silence with my brothers. But the forest was always whispering. One crisp morning, while walking mindfully beneath the tall trees, I spotted a small rabbit at the edge of the trail. It stood still, ears high, eyes alert, not running, not afraid, just watching. I took a step. The rabbit blinked, turned, and in one beautiful, effortless motion, leapt into the grass and disappeared. I stood there stunned by the grace of that jump. It looked so easy, so light. But I knew deep down I hadn't felt that kind of lightness in a long time. I wasn't talking about physical jumping. I meant the inner leap, that bold decision to trust, to act, to move forward when life invites us. Too often we hesitate. We wait for the right time. We overthink, we fear, we freeze. So I began a little experiment. Every morning after meditation, I would walk into the forest and simply observe the rabbits. I watched how they moved, how they listened. I noticed that before every jump, there was stillness, complete presence. They didn't leap in panic. They paused, they sensed, and only then they jumped. One day I whispered to myself, maybe jumping isn't about power, maybe it's about timing, about trusting the ground beneath you and the wings within you. So I tried. I bent my knees, I closed my eyes. I breathed in the forest air, and I jumped. Not far, not high, but enough. Enough to remember what freedom feels like. I laughed, alone in the woods like a child who had just discovered his legs. That one small jump didn't just lift my body, it lifted a weight from my heart. And here's the truth I learned from the rabbits. Jumping isn't about escaping, it's about responding. It's about listening deeply and knowing when it's time to stay still and when it's time to leap. In life, many of us are sitting on the edge of something beautiful, an idea, a relationship, a calling, and yet we don't move. We convince ourselves that we're not ready, not good enough, not strong enough. But the rabbits, they don't overthink. They trust the moment. And in that trust, there is flight. So I ask you, what leap have you been holding back from? What dream have you pressed pause on for too long? Don't wait for the fear to disappear. It might not. Wait for the stillness inside you, and then jump anyway. Even the smallest leap can set your spirit free. Breeze blows gently. Monk looks up at the trees. The forest still whispers, and the rabbits still jump. And so must we, when the time comes. Until next time, breathe gently, walk softly, and trust your feet to know the way.